Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to RSF1's F4 division. We are live at round number 11, I think it is. It's the Hungaroring, the Hungarian Grand Prix, a tight and twisty circuit, similar to Monaco, but a little bit more quicker. But there are certainly a few corners around here that could catch the drivers out. And if you've been watching F4 lately, we've had a topsy-turvy time the last few weeks, so we are anticipating maybe the streak can continue, possibly, but we shall see. Definitely looking forward to it. My name is RSF1, and I am joined by my compatriot, as ever, for the last month or so, and that is Top Notch. And as I said, ever since you've been in the com box, Top Notch, you've provided the drama. It seems you have a touch about you that brings the action out in these races. Quietest we've had this season is Monaco, so long may it continue.
Yeah. Hi everyone, and yeah, I don't think that's me, mate. I think that's just these drivers being so closely competitive that yeah, it makes for good racing.
And let me just get the stream up. We had a total of 55 viewers at one point last week. I'll be surprised, but also very happy if that target is reached once again. We have 18 drivers coming round at the moment in the middle of Q1, so let's get underway. Kachow at the moment is the only one on the hard tyres. Interesting little strategy he's doing at the moment. See what he does. Okay, so stream is up. Thank goodness. There we go. It's up. There it is. Right, so what can we say about this track, Top Notch? I know obviously you've got your race yet to happen later this week, but what are you expecting around this track? Because it's a difficult one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a difficult track. A track I really enjoy personally. It's surprisingly hard to get overtakes around here, unless you know, go a little bit lower on the front wing, try and get them on the straights. But yeah, there's some really windy sections in this bit, and particularly I think turn 5, I think, is really quite a tricky one.
Yes, might see a few people make big mistakes there. I did a lot in my race last night in F2. As Kid Cudi, 16-1 from Cudi. Now, I'm going to say this straight up. Kid Cudi has looked quick around here. Very, very quick around here. There's a lot of people in practice sessions with him that have basically said, well, this is your race to lose, Kid Cudi. But the way I see it, Top Notch, is, I think you agree with me as well, he's been in this situation before where he can qualify so easily well, like he's the qualifying specialist. But in the race, if he's caught up in, well, the drama, because there has been, he struggles to recover back to the top, doesn't he? So he may get like pole by, and we're talking he may get pole by over a second. That's how fast he is around here. Seems very good at this track. Doesn't necessarily mean he's going to win comfortably.
No, we see it last week with Kachow, mate. Kachow went, I think he was mid-pack, went all the way down to the bottom, pitted twice within 4 laps I think it was, but luckily he got a safety car, and yeah, he had a really good race after that. So it just goes to show that anyone at the back, you know, it's not over until it's actually finished. So
of course. And of course, actually last time out in Germany he even got pole position, and what did he come away with? 10th place. After penalties, because he did finish 9th, and results were adjusted and he ended up in 10th. So that shows, as what I was saying, you know, he may get pole, but you get another crazy race that we have been lately. He does seem to get caught up in shenanigans, so we'll see if anybody can take it to him. He's currently got 7/10 over both racing points, who I'd tell you what, Top Notch as well, since say I think Canada, pretty much, those racing points of Junior and Connor, they have really stepped up their game, because start of the season, of course, Connor was late into the season, but Junior as well, they have improved massively over the last few weeks, haven't they? They always seem to be at the front now.
They seem to be the ones that are challenging the Red Bulls just lately, up there with, you know, Vinny as well, and fantastically in the last couple of weeks since he's joined the league, he's been up there. Yeah, it's good
Webber as well.
Yeah, Primus is pushing hard. Good to see that, you know, Bodder and Maniac, the Torosso boys, they've been constantly getting up there as well. And,
Evening in the chat,
Evening
louder.
Yeah,
I was just going to say. Man with the couch, Tomo, Verstappen. Verstappen already indicating that Cuddy apparently is on a 14 in practice before. Ominous. I mean, he's still got 2 seconds to find, so at the moment he's into 16s. Last time out, Germany. Obviously, multiple safety cars, different conditions as well, but what we did have was a big step in the championship, because obviously Cuddy had his problems, ended up in 10th. His teammate Quaker won the race top notch. So, and these last few weeks it has been to and fro between both Red Bulls. Quaker in this race, he has to carry on the momentum, doesn't he? He's got it from Germany, he has to continue it.
It's surely a race that he can definitely do that as well. Like you said a minute ago, he's got the pace. He's just got to nail it tonight, basically.
Yeah, no Raikkonen again for Verstappen, which is a shame to see. Also, we do have a couple of race bans tonight, unfortunately, from the Germany race. Blazer Guns had a race ban for this race, so you would not be seeing him. Well, he's not in the lobby anyway, so there you go. Wobbles as well in the Ferrari, as does Fluffy. Now, he got a big penalty from Germany. He has a race ban for this one. He has a race ban for the next race, which I believe is Belgium. And on top of that, he has a qualifying ban for Monza. So, just shows there are rules in the league, have to be followed. And yeah, he's been hit bad from it. But he will be back in Monza, the back of the grid. See what he can do from there. But shame with Fluffy, because remember last week, Top Notch, he had done that inspired call going on Inters and ended up leading the race for a few laps.
Yeah, he did do a couple of good calls in there, but it is good to see that, you know, rules are there and they do get enforced. It gives up confident drivers that, you know, if anything do happen, clip that, and yeah, something will happen about it.
Yeah, Maniac's struggling a little bit at the moment. Only on an 18 flat in his first run on soft, so we'll keep an eye on him, because he's the best of the rest behind the both Red Bulls, and he's actually challenging them, especially after Germany. What Germany did to the results, I'll just go through championship order at the moment, which are updated on the website for every tier now, I believe. But Cuddy's lead got cut quite significantly. Cuddy is on 135. Quaker, with his race win, is on 128, so 7 points behind his teammate now, so can take the championship lead away from his teammate. The other person that can also take championship lead is Maniac after his third place in Germany. He's now on 123. Behind them is Connor Todd in the Racing Point on 85. Then you got Kachal, who had a good decent race. He finished 4th actually in the Alpha. He's on 71. Primus got second place in the Mercedes. He's on 69 points. Daniel P45 is on 67, then Bodder on 61. Raikkonen 56, Scotsman 50, Blazer 45, Junior 35, Porter 32, Vinny and Wobbles 27, Webber on 25, Tedist 11, and Koala on 8 points. Unsurprisingly, the Red Bulls are leading the race constructors, Toro Rosso are behind them in second, and then Alpha, Racing Point and Haas round out the 5 there. So good stuff, as I was saying. Obviously the both Red Bulls still continuous at the moment, but as I said, Maniac is there to pounce if those two have a difficult race, and he is bringing up consistency, isn't it, Top Notch? And that's what you need to do over a season. Race wins help, but obviously good solid results
Yes, like you said earlier, mate, that, you know, 1 lap pace is alright for Kid Cudi to be really rapid in 1 lap, but get muddled up in something, you know, you make a mistake and you go back into the bunch and anything can happen. So it's not over until it's actually done. It's been making me laugh this week. People have been putting in the F3 chat like graphs of where they are in the championship, and I'm like, that can all change. That can change in a week, mate. There's no point in diving too much into it yet.
Kachal just recently got a 16.8. Tedis has crossed the line on 17.8. So he's in trouble. We've also got Koala, Maniac, and Primus down there. So currently, but still 6 minutes to go. So still plenty of time.
I was going to say to you, mate, that's a surprising 3 at the bottom at the moment. So you can see some fireworks at the end, I'm sure. Let's go to in the chat.
We were actually speaking to Boda before we went live, actually, and he's not very confident around this track. He has actually recently turned back on a few assists just to be competitive. You know, so, but again, he's one of those people, Boda. He's the wise racer, isn't he? If we have crazy races, always he goes a little bit wide on the last corner, goes up to 15th though. An 18 flat. Those crazy races we've been having, he always seems to benefit from them because he knows to keep calm and just react to what's happening around him, and he's benefiting from that at the moment.
Yeah, wise driver for that one that'll be there at the end of the race, no doubt, no matter where he qualified. Really, he did say earlier that he didn't feel too confident around there though, didn't he? So
yeah. Couple of new drivers, well, one relatively new, I think, and one that is reserved but is in new colours, and this is the first one, is RSF1 Bottler. He's been in all sorts of cars this season. He's been in Mercedes in Austria, if I remember rightly, but he's now in the Ferrari tonight, I believe, replacing Wobbles. Yeah, must be replacing Wobbles. And the other driver is LSEM Carlin. I was calling Carlin for short, just to make it simple. He's racing in place of Raikkonen tonight, which, as I mentioned earlier, unfortunately he's not in there as Connor takes a massively wide line there through turn 11, I think that is. And at the moment, see, the thing is, if you take Cuddy out the equation top notch, then turns of Q1 times, it's only Q1, it's very close. It's just Cuddy has that half a second advantage at the moment.
That's extremely close, very close. Yeah, half a second can get you up in that top 10 very easily.
Yeah, Junior's on a very solid lap on a 16.6 to go second. Tennis is about to come around the last corner now.
Tennis just had a massive lock up into the second from last corner, so struggling on his brake. Looks at that.
Improved though to a 17.3.
Yeah, gets himself
just a little bit more safer. Onto your question, Tomo, I just need a break, pretty much. It's basically last few weeks the mistakes in F2, my driving has just crept up and up. You know, ever since France I've been thinking, you know, I just need to reset the batteries, and, you know, as well as other things, you know, going on, etc, etc. I just need a break from F1 because F1 requires a lot of concentration, etc. Yeah, just taking a break from F2 for the time being. Now, I still love the commentary, etc. So that answers your question there. Patronus saying a pole is going to be 15.7, he thinks. Wow. Well, from what other people are saying, you know, Cuddy's probably going to hit that and more. But we'll see. Maniac, though, purple sector 2. It's on a much better lap. He's currently 17th, but this is a lot better from him as he goes into that massive understeer, though, in that corner. We'll be looking for that. Let's see if he can hold the line through the final corner. He's going to be alright. Only 17.5. He's struggling around here, but it seems. Only 13th. Daniel's out. He's Daniel's crashing the pit lane. Or he's hit the pit lane wall. Daniel's out of the session. Goodness me.
Yeah, that's not helping none of these guys in the bottom three, though. They still need to better go through.
Daniel, at very best, is going to be starting 15th on the grid. He's not had a good time in qualifying lately, has he?
Petronas to put, I knew he will hit that. He did it this morning. Well,
fair enough. Primus goes safe for 17-2. Less than a minute to go. Who is in danger? Koala is in the pit, so Koala's done. You've got Bodder, who's on an out lap at the moment. Butler is starting a lap. You've got Maniac and Scotsman down there. Maniac's just winding himself up, so Scotsman next. Butler's going to be one of the first. He's 2 tenths up already, nearly 3 tenths up in his first sector.
yeah, that gets him in the mix. Hold it through this middle sector out.
Jeez. A big slide, nearly hit the Mercedes that was going inside. I think that was Primus coming back to the pits, and he hit him. Middle sector's all about car grip. You need to have massive confidence in your car that it's not going to slide on you.
10.5 up still.
Koala's done. Let's see. Qualifying is over, so this is the one and only chance for Butler.
Out of deployment with the RS. But he gets himself through anyway on a 117.3. Nice job from the Ferrari there. It's up to Bodder, the Maniac now.
Maniac's out.
Yep.
And Bodder's invalidated. Both Toro Rossos are out.
Very unlucky.
Wow, that is a
balls.
shock. That is a shock in the making there.
Yep. Bodder maybe
Maniac
not so much
16,
because he
Bodder
said he was
17.
struggling, but Maniac's been up there or thereabouts in the last few races, so that is a big shock.
I'm really surprised. Maybe he just doesn't like Hungary at all. It's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
Daniel as well, he'll be starting 15th, so we're going to have 14 through the Q2. Top notch, and Scotsman only just scraping through as well. You want to invite Maniac, see if I can have a word with him? If you can have any explanation, really. Alrighty, so out of Q1 is Daniel Nahas, who crashed in the pit lane. By the looks of it, both Toro Rossos, 16th and 17th. And Koala in 18th in the McLaren, so they are out. Cuddy top in the session, just ahead of Junior, Webber and Grantastrophe. Maybe Maniac, if you could.
You guys were gonna.
Could you?
I knew
tick
it.
in the box?
I knew it. Yeah, I'll take it. I knew it. As soon as I got 16, I was like, I'm gonna get invited to that party. I know it.
Element does it to me in F2, so you know. But reason why Maniac is I was surprised, to be honest, because you've never really had trouble in qualifying. Is it Hungary, or is it just the fact you just didn't hook up the laps?
Yeah, I guess I'm not fond of this track whatsoever. I have difficulty with it, and it will be not being able to hook up laps as well. I mean, I thought I would have been safe with my last lap because I actually got a purple sector 2, and I was like, oh, okay, I've got my fast sector, surely I must be in the top 10 at least. And then it only put me 14th, and I was like, oh dear. And yeah, and then got knocked in the 16th, so here I am.
Yeah, I have a thing with the purple sectors. I don't think they're accurate when they come up. Because I've always seen that personally as well. It's like you go through middle section, your purple is like, oh, this is a good lap. Oh, I'm still second off. But obviously we've seen in the past, and we know what F4's like, especially these last few weeks. 16th is by no means
out of it.
End of your evening, but still, this is going to be the first time that you're this far back, I think, because this is the first time you've been knocked out in Q1, I believe, all season. So,
yep, this will be a first for me in Q1, so it'll be an interesting one. But I'm just thinking back to Silverstone, where like I started like 7th, I got myself up to like 5th, and then by turn 2 I got knocked all the way into 20th, and I managed to get a podium there. So,
I'm presuming it's dry for the race. I've been told that.
Yeah, it's dry and cloudy, so hopefully it stays that way.
You got any questions, Top Notch?
No, just good luck out there, mate. Just take it nice and easy. I'm sure you'll get up there towards the end of the race.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I'm not one to jinx, but hopefully there's a massive incident at turn 1, which allows the 2-4 to just breeze on past.
Well, we see in the F2 last night bundle. That was one. Just some incidents at turn 5, other corners. So you know it can happen, mate.
Yeah. No. We'll just have to see how it goes. Me and Buddha, we've got our heads down, so we'll just try and get our way back through the pack. And by no means am I going to let the front runners go out of my sights that easily.
All right. Have a good race, Maniac. And maybe speak to you at the end. But
I hope so.
The only advice I would give is obviously damage limitation. Just bring back some points.
Yeah, no. Thank you very much, guys.
All right. Right, so Q2 begins, and a bit of a surprise is here in terms of tyre strategy, Top Notch, because I don't know whether you saw F2 last night, but JS Lee in the McLaren started on softs, and he had to do a 2-stop, and he didn't really work out for him, so I'm kind of surprised that both Bottler and both Racing Points are on the soft tyres. They could be installation laps. They do complete them. It's a little bit of a different strategy going on.
116.8.
These guys. 116.8 Cuddy on mediums. Yeah, softs is definitely a no-go area, isn't it? They're gone within about 5 laps. So I've been very surprised at these. Very surprised if these guys complete. Weber 18.2 on hards, decent lap from him. Right, here comes Quaker. Quaker wasn't that comfortable on Q1, I think. Oh, there's a Racing Point off. Oh, it's Junior. He's turn 5. He's got to get going soon. There's plenty of space there. There we go.
Yep, turn 5.
Oh, turn 5. You got any damage? Yeah, he does. Lucky boy though, he's still going.
Really tricky turn to, it's kind of funny because you go into that turn and you can't really lose much if you don't fully commit to it. Do you know what I mean? The more you push, the more you lose in that turn. You've just kind of got to roll through it and then back on it.
Yeah. Vinny's just coming around the last corner now to Williams. Get a good exit. 17.8. Quaker done a 17.5 and he's 7/10 behind his teammate at the moment. The gap that Cuddy seems to have.
Cuddy looking very fast.
Who else is coming out on the lap? 7 drivers. Set laps. Both Junior and Bottler are back into the pits. I fully expect them to go mediums or hards now. Has clouded over a little bit, but it's dry by the sound of the forecast, so no trouble. Catastrophe looked quite good in F1, didn't he? Not F1, Q1, sorry.
Yeah, he certainly did. He has looked pretty rapid in the last couple of races.
Yeah, hasn't got solid results yet, but as I think you agree with me, it definitely has the potential moving forward.
Sure does.
Right, so let's see. This begins the lap. Many others are on outlaps as well. Yeah, Junior's gone on to mediums, as is Bottler, so nobody intending to go on softs at this point. Front with a very wide line, but sets himself up very nicely for the beginning of the lap. What do you reckon cut-off is going to be top notch for Q2? Oh, Q3, going into Q3, I mean.
Oh, I think if you're going to stick to the mediums, you're going to want to get in, definitely going to get into the 18s. But other than that, mate, it's quite hard to say.
Yeah, they're all just starting their laps now.
My theory would be to wait as late as possible and then go out on the mediums. It's really risky, but the more the tracks rub it in, go put 3 laps of fuel on. Try your best. We used to do that last season a lot. Moronics. What's happened, mate?
Porter has done that problem with turn 5. Is what you were saying earlier about the corner. He's just won a tad wide, and his right tyres went over that curb on the outside as invalidated, which is obviously the biggest problem of the turn. Contrastive in the other Renault's got a 17.9 and on the medium tyres, a very good lap from him.
Yeah, just in the 18s.
The problem I had with turn 5 yesterday was, the catalyst of my race, really, because I spun at it twice. Once fatally and the other, got damaged, and the other I didn't get damaged. But the problem I had is the way you come into the corner is a very fast corner, but it's a very sort of narrow corner at the same time, and there's a sort of very fine margin of going through there cleanly. Also, the turn after it, which Primus has just found out, that if you touch the curb on the inside of that turn 6, you're round. There's nothing you can do, you are round. It's pure ice. Like if you remember Bahrain, that long right-hander. If you touch the curb on the inside there, you're going round as well.
As Tedder's puts himself in 6th on that 18.2, just outside them 18, just in lower 18, sorry. So he's looking pretty
very nice. Who's the Haas behind? That's Scotsman. Scotsman's the next to finish the lap. Struggled a little bit in Q1. Goes 5th though. 18.1 right in the cusp of what you said.
Sector 2, but I don't know if that's right. That's a lot better from Porter. 1 corner to negotiate. It's looking good.
Here we go.
Oh!
17.7.
Wow.
Solid lap from Porter. Yeah, Porter's had some troubles the last few weeks. Been stuck on around about the mid 30 point range. He's on 32 points at the moment. Had a good start to the season, faltering off a bit, but yeah, it's a good lap from Porter. Be through to Q3. See what that does. Corner goes second, 17.3. Junior, 17.7. Followed each other across the line now. The 2 racing points.
Bottler 7 temps up.
Third. Nice. Everyone in 17s. Paddy the only one in 16s at the moment. Need someone. I need someone just to hit a 16. And we have hope.
Scotsman on a 17.8. yeah, you're going to have to get under that 18 mark to get into the top 10 on looks of that.
It looks like you nailed it on that prediction. Oh, good shout.
Upper middle sector. I said that for quarter, so I'm going to take it as it is.
I'll check when he's finished the lap, see whether it is actually fastest middle sector. Because I'm still thinking they're not accurate.
I've thought that before. Sometimes when you're on your lap, you're like, yeah, I've got bloody first sector.
17.3.
No, you're not even close. You're like 3/10 off, and I'm like, what? That told me that was purple.
Right, so middle sector was a 27.563 compared to Cuddy. Maybe it is actually, because he was actually 2/10 quicker than Cuddy there. Maybe it is. I'm sorry I questioned it. I'm sorry I doubted. Right, Carlin's about to finish his lap now into the 17s. Yeah, 17.4, right behind his teammate.
Go class to 3. Oh!
Second, 17.2.
Primus now starting his, and then Weber will be starting his.
Both Mercedes. Had a good result last time out in Germany, both Mercedes. Obviously Primus in second, Weber in 7th after a competitive race from Weber, to say the least. He benefited from that safety car, but trouble here. Who's also out? Scotsman. Vinny is on an out lap as well. I think Scotsman's done, because he's out of fuel. And no, he's not going to make it back in time, so Scotsman's out. There's Vinny and both Mercedes. What's Weber doing? Nearly 3/10 up, set to 1. All very close to that curb, but just about avoids it. The chicane. Porter's done. Porter's only 9.
Porter could be in trouble. Looking to first. Still in the pit. I don't think he's going to get to go again. Primus out of deployment of ERS very early. Don't know if he had a full load of that when he started his lap.
Only 13th. I tell you what, Weber behind is on a good lap.
Primus ain't going again, but I don't. His ERS is not on.
17.3 from Weber. P5. Who's that put in danger? Is Quaker going out on a lap? He's not. Junior's on an out lap. Vinny and Primus, so...
Primus is down second, mate.
Primus might have enough time to get round again. Because he's a minute...
Oh, Vinny lost it 10.5 and hit the inside wall. Vinny is the first real victim in Q2 to turn 5.
He's starting 13th. Let's see if I can see his car. Quite far on, actually. Yeah, I must have lost it mid-corner.
Yeah, I think he's gone gone over the apex and then on the X they just spun it, similar to what Shane done yesterday.
Oh, this is a straight up battle now between... no, actually, I say straight up battle. This is a battle between, well, for Primus to get into Q2. Junior's on the left as well, but he will be safe.
Primus crossed the line with 8 seconds. Timed it lovely. Yeah, that wasn't just Shane yesterday. Jace Lee done it, a few others done it as well, didn't they? But the way I see it, Shane's was very similar. He caught the curb and then afterwards just went very sliding. Very unfortunate.
Yeah. See how Primus takes it. Oh, the slide! No! Gone. Lap's gone. Backed out of it. Ooh. To be fair to those that got eliminated in Q2, look how close it is. It's a 10th. 2 tenths covering 10th to 14th.
Yeah.
Junior scraping through by 300ths.
Porter as well. retired a little bit early, got away with that.
Yeah, 10th place. Everybody on mediums in the top 10. Right, so that's the end of Q2. LS11 Scotsman 12th, Vinny 13th, and Primus 14th in the Mercedes. Second last time out, but we'll be going some to repeat that in the Mercedes is Primus.
35 viewers, thank you all out there for watching. Hope you're enjoying it.
Alright, so Cuddy once again with a margin ahead. He looks all set for pole position. It's a betting's choice, I would say, probably. But eliminated is Teddis in the Ferrari, Scotsman in the Haas, Vinny in the Williams, and Primus in the Mercedes. We'll start 14th. That's both racing points through. Junior just. But best.
Yep.
Really, I think the battle.
By second. You know, that's what we see in F3 and F1. So.
I think the battle is for front row. Who's going to join Cuddy on the front row? Because let's face it, I think Cuddy's going to get pole, and that's not anything against the others. But unless they pull something like a dream lap, Cuddy seems to have the gap at the moment. But let's see if he can. See if he can hook it up in Q3. Q3 is all the pressure, so. Right. Predictions in the chat. Who is going to be the top 3? One of anyone who's going to go other than Cuddy for pole. I'll be different. I'll be different, but what do you think, Top Notch?
I'm obviously Cuddy for pole. I'm gonna go. Oh, it's a tough one, but out of the two, I'm gonna go Junior for second, and then Quaker for third.
Okay, I'm gonna go Connor for pole. I'm gonna go Grandchastrophe second, and Cuddy third. Just to be different. Let's be different. And only because, you know, I've seen so many people like before, they dominate Q1 and Q2, but when Q3, when it matters, they then can't hook the lap up, like the pressure gets to them.
Webber himself has put Cuddy, Quantastrophe, and then Webber. So he's feeling quite confident. In that top 3.
Jonas putting Cuddy, Webber, and Kachow for third place.
Yeah, totally possible.
Formula X Racing, Cuddy, Webber, Connor. Tomo questioning my prediction now. Connor for pole, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. I also want to be different. Right, onboard Grandchastrophe, do you want to take us through?
Sure can, mate. Very important to get a good exit out of that last corner onto this very long straight at the start of the race as well. Spot it. Braking, you've got to get the apex really late there, really, and get a nice exit. In this corner here, you can take, there's many ways to go wide and cut back. You can take it deep, and he does it nicely. We'll flick around this one. I'm interested to see what he does around turn 5. Very nicely and invalidates, unfortunately, by the slightest margins. Tiny bit off the track, and yeah, invalidation.
Connor's nailed it perfectly. He, I noticed with Grandchastrophe, tried to take it in 7th. I've never even. Oh, Kachow's spun it.
Yeah, after turn 5 as well.
Yeah, damage. He's lucky to keep going. Right, let's see what he can do. See how he takes this middle sector. People are ahead of him. Then overtake. Oh, 7th gear before that corner, turn 11. Confidence. I'll say that. Quite a few validations. Junior, the first one, 16.6. 16.4 by Connor. 15s though. You know it's 15. 16.6 from Porter. Here comes Cuddy.
Yeah, on the
16
dot.
flat.
Wow.
He was in overtake in the middle sector.
He had a slight hesitation coming out of the second sector into, I'd say, I'm not quite sure what turn it was, but yeah, he had to correct that. He's got more pace in him, definitely.
In contrast, if he overtaken the middle sector, I'd never. Yeah,
Carlin,
all very wide.
Carlin, purple middle sector.
It's quite impressive. That's Carlin. He was in the Haas a couple of races ago. Might have been in the Haas in Germany. Goes third. Just behind Connor. See what Grunt can do. He's been wide a couple of times in the middle sector and wide last corner. Rough lap from Grunt, 17.1.
Webber's going again.
And Butler and Charles still in the pits. Well, Butler hasn't come out yet. Probably because he's only got one set of soft tyres left, I think. Oh, Cuddy, Connor and Carlin. Top 3 at the moment. Porter though in P4. Ahead of Junior and Quaker P6. Quaker's 8 tenths behind his teammate.
Yeah, still on for pole position, I'd say. If Kid Cuddy makes any kind of mistake on his next lap and one of these guys nails it, still left to taken.
Webber just about. You can. That corner there, turn 11, where Webber's just gone wide, always gone very deep the corner after. Yeah, that's a decent lap, but that's the end to it. But that turn 11, you can one ride over that curb and still be fine. Here comes the Webber. Going to be 8. Yep. A few mistakes in that lap as well. Probably because he's done a couple of laps on softs. These softs in qualifying, it's really a one lap thing, isn't it?
Yeah, sure.
Second lap. No, you don't have the grip as much.
You can get close to your optimum, but you'll never better. Unless you make a really drastic mistake, you can go again, but...
So a little bit of pressure for Quaker. If Cuddy looks very quick around here, he's got to minimise the damage. He cannot be middle top 10, can he, if he's going to lose points. Who's that coming out? Porter. It's going to be the first out on the second run. Obviously, because this track is so short, top notch, if you've got free fresh set of tyres, then you can go for 3 runs and be fine about it.
Yeah, you got to get out there real quick in the first run though.
Yeah, of course. Is it Belgium or Italy next? I always forget.
I think it might be Spa next. I'm not too sure.
Guys in the chat, what's the next track coming up? Is it Belgium or Spa?
No, this is
it's Belgium or Italy. Belgium and Spa are both the same.
Yeah, this is round 12, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm trying to think. Singapore.
Webber, that doesn't help. Doesn't help. Russia.
Italy, Japan, Belgium.
Oh, he's going in order.
Yeah,
he's going in order. What's next afterwards? No, he's going in the order of...
Oh, yeah.
It's Spa, it's Italy, Singapore. Yeah, it says Belgium. Okay.
We went far off. We were one or the other.
Right, on board with Porter now. Do you want to do take 2 of this?
Yeah, we can try it. So,
right, let's go.
Again, try to nail that exit onto this long straight. Good chance to get a good start at the start of the race there. Try and keep it wide on this one, then catch your apex, which he does nicely. This one again, you want to get really wide and then catch your apex really late. Very nicely so far from quarter. Very tricky to turn 5. Keeps it this
That's
time.
better.
You can run wide, but you just can't get all 4 wheels off the track. Does nicely through there as well. Very tricky chicane there, but done nicely from Porter, running it in 5th, up into 6th. Keep this one very nicely, which he does, and this is one of the most important corners on the track. You can lose a lot of time if you keep these catch these curves, which he doesn't. One more corner left to do from Porter. Bring it in late. He kind of keeps it a little bit wide, but got to go for the line. Didn't better. Just
Very close. Very close there from Porter. Actually, done a solid.
And a half up.
Actually, done a solid lap from him. Actually, but it didn't improve.
Yeah, I think that mistake on the last corner cost him at least a 10th and a half.
Cuddy only 6. No, not Cuddy. Quaker only 6 for 16.6. He goes immediately to 7th because Ron Chastity has just gone 2nd on the 16.3. Cuddy's going quicker. Meantime.
Cuddy is going quicker.
You don't need to.
Not by too much.
Very wide last corner though.
He's going to be in the 15.
15.8.
15.8.
Nine to 15 so far. Can anybody put up that challenge? Not good for Quaker though.
Looks like
He's
he
7 at
has
the
been
moment.
saving his ERS, so he might be going again. No, he's hitting. So that is it for Porter, I think.
So yeah, minute 30 to go.
Quaker's
Butler
down
again
on
in the
time,
pits, so
and wide.
Butler is exiting the pits at 1 minute 20. He will be hard pushed to get back round in time, I think.
Yeah, sure will.
Right, so who's next? Renault of Chastity's come round again. Racing Point of Connor and Junior. They're just about to start their final runs. 3rd and 6th currently. Next is going to be Mercedes. Is on an outlap. Quaker's in the pits. Quaker's done. He's 7 at best. I reckon he's going to drop a bit.
Yeah, we ain't seen good chow or bottle yet. Set a lap, so
Butler's. I don't think Butler's going to make it. Always. Yeah, I can't record that, but that's straight on stream. He went straight over the chicane. I don't think he's going to make it anyway. Carlin's gone 3rd, just behind Grunchastrophe. And make sure that Butler doesn't make it, because if he does, he has cut the chicane doing that.
Connor made a mistake in the middle sector. I don't think he'll be better in, but his teammate behind him might be.
Butler hasn't made it anyway. Okay. Right, so who's going to be next?
I think that's
Can't see this. He's only a little bit up, but a little bit would get him ahead of Porter.
Nails the last turn.
That was beautiful. 4th goes ahead of his
4th.
teammate as well.
Lovely. Came quite a bit in that last sector.
Webber's
Webber,
next. 3/10 up.
Yeah.
Webber could jump ahead.
Wow.
2nd.
2nd.
Nice.
Only
Webber onto the
4-ish
front
tenths
row.
off. So, you know, not a huge gap. Not as big as
And that's it.
may have thought.
That is it. Top 10 is done. Kid Cudi pole position. Yeah, P2 for Webber. He's very happy with that in the chat.
Yeah, I think the big shock there would be Quaker, 9th position.
P9.
A lot of work to do.
Yeah. Yeah, because if Cuddy has a calm race and romps to victory like most people are saying, he's got to minimise the damage that he may take from that. So a 9th is not a good place to start.
No, you are in amongst it, and you can quite easily on this track. It's a lot, like I keep saying, it's a very long straight. Start is basically out of turn 1, so out of the last turn. So if you can get a good start, you can gain good few positions on this one if you're brave.
Yeah.
Or you can lose.
Row number 1. So front row is going to be Cuddy and Webber. Row number 2, Grantastrophe and Carlin. Row 3 is going to be both racing points. Junior ahead of Connor. Row 4 is going to be Kachow and Porter. And then Quaker ahead of Bottler on row number 5. Yeah, Webber's very happy with that. 2nd place. Alright. Get started. Good stuff from the relatively new boys to F4. Carlin and Grantastrophe there, top notch. 3rd and 4th.
Yeah, sure is.
Obviously, the only thing with them is maybe, well, they're right in the thick of it in terms of, you know, people that are normally in the top end of the top 10. You know, they'll be battling with the likes of Webber, Cuddy, Junior. They're going to have 2 good racing points behind them. See if they can handle the pressure. And of course, let's not forget, you've got Quaker in the Red Bull. As I said, he needs a good result here to keep it up. And then, of course, you've got Maniac down in 16th. Big night for him.
We have got a few guys out of position tonight, so fireworks as always from F4.
Yeah, slightly overcast, but no rain today, which obviously would have spiced it up a little bit. But of course, there's always a chance of a safety car. There was one last night, which mixed it up a little bit, and we've had a lot of safety cars lately in F4, so there's always that chance. That's a bold statement, Webber. Webber himself saying first into turn 1. You heard it here first.
Totally possible.
I'll hold you to it. I'll hold you to it. To be fair though, actually, 2nd place puts you on the inside for turn 1. So if you do have a good start, you can be on the inside. And you were saying earlier as well, Top Notch, it's a very long run down to turn 1. A lot can happen down there. Obviously,
some people are getting confused in the chat.
Yeah,
Using themselves by the looks of that.
Didn't really word it correctly myself. Of course, actually, those of you that remember Tier 4 last season, which quite a few of these guys here were in, there's about a 6-7 car pile-up. Let's hope we don't get that tonight. But yeah, obviously Tier 4 last season had a crazy start and it ended. Primus was in that race and actually had a good result from that. Got his 2nd place, I believe. So he knows his way around here. Got to be going from 14th though. I reckon the first lap's going to be key. I reckon if anybody can get ahead of Cuddy, I reckon they may have a chance to snatch what many people think is going to be a comfortable victory. But if Cuddy gets the start and he leads and he's got about a gap of 2 seconds, and if we have a normal race, but normal races here in F4 are very rare, normal race, he may control it from there, but we'll see. Never seen so much humbleness from Webber. Right, let's get things underway. 18 drivers around the circuit of Hungary. 35 viewers watching as well. Thank you very much once again for your support as they go on their formation lap. Do you want to take us through, Top Notch?
Yeah, I can do that, mate. At the back, unfortunately, for Koala, but it's not over it. What can be done from the back there? Koala there in the McLaren, and then Bodder in Toro Rosso in 17th, and then in 16th, just ahead of him, his teammate RSF1 Maniac, also in the Toro Rosso, and then just in front of him in 15th, Daniel in the Haas, and then Primus, like you said, Bundle, good racing him last year around there, so he'll be looking to climb in 14th position there, Primus. And then 13th, last of the Williams, unfortunately, only Williams actually, of grounded Vinny, yeah, in 13th. And then 12th, RSF1 Scotsman in the other half. And then in 11th, Ferrari of Ted First. And then his teammate just in front of him of RSF1 Bottler. And then 9th position, championship contender, Quaker Oats in the Red Bull. It's going to need a good race. Just in front of him, RSF1 Porter in the Renault in 8th position. And then just in front of him, RSF1 Kachow in the Alfa Romeo. And then it's 6th position, Connor Todd in the pink Panther, and then his teammate just in front of him in the other pink Panthers, Junior in 5th, and then 6th is Carlin in the other Alpha, and then 3rd is Grantastrophe in the Renault, and then 2nd position CCR Weber in the and then Kid Cuddy as Mini Boulder in the Red Bull on pole position. Oh, that was a short one.
Yeah, very short lap. So here we go, 35 laps of the Hungarian Grand Prix, and 5 lights, and lights out and away they go. Who can get a good start? Webber's actually leading into turn 1. He's correct in what he said. He's got a perfect start ahead of Cuddy. I'm going down into turn 1. Oh, there's a Alpha in the middle. Racing point of Connor. Oh, there's a Renault sideways. They've locked together with the Alpha. That's a Concertino up and the Ferrari's off. There's Tennis into the wall.
Oh no.
Our Primus is off as well. Down into turn 2.
Yep, that was Primus's car.
That is such a shame. Virtual safety car.
Did Bodder get damaged from that? Or did it ghost in time? I'm just looking to see if he got damaged. Oh, I think he's alright. It ghosted by the looks of it.
Alright. Edis got damaged though as well.
Very lucky there for Bodder. He had no chance of getting out of the way of it. He just went straight through it, but luckily it was ghosting.
Back underway. So Webber's got the lead. What a great start from him ahead of Cuddy. He's done what kind of wanted people to do, gonna let him control the race.
I think Scotsman had a little bit of a moment there, and that's got Junior and Daniel passing.
Yeah, Kachow up 3 places, Quaker up 2 places. It gives Carlin a little bit of a knock. Junior's lost out in that. I think he got caught out in something. He's down to 12th. Bit of trouble there, but back up to the front. Webber just ahead of Cuddy, but Cuddy's putting under real pressure. The turn to go for the lunge. That is a lunge. It's a dive. A little bit of rubber tyres, but he's through. Licked the stamp and sent it back into the lead.
Good move from Cuddy there. Bit aggressive, but got through. No damage done. So
from him, Porter back past Quaker. So Quaker back down to 8th.
Fantastic feet right on the back of Kachow. Oh, he's gone for the inside move.
Oh, I wish I saw
that. Racing. That's going to open it up for Carlin into the next chicane. side by side.
Oh,
Fantastic. He had to do a little cut, but Carlin gets through. Squabbling these two. That's causing a big train
Carlin
behind
just
them.
stuck ahead.
Yep,
Well, they all go wide.
You're better off just to
Quaker.
roll, boys, and try and pick the opportunities. It's lap 2, don't forget.
All three of them went right, and Quaker's got back past Porter again. The 7. This midfield is very close. Up to the front though.
So
He
in lap
leads.
2, Kid Cuddy in first position, then Webber, Connor Todd, Kachow, Carlin, Quantastrophe, Quaker Oates, Porter, Bottler and Daniel in the top 10. And the only one out so far is Primus, probably.
What a shame from Primus. He was really looking forward to this race as well. Of course, what he did last season, out on the first lap, just got all. Yeah, Scotsman in the pits as well. I think Tedis had damage as well. I think he's pitted, as has Koala. Oh, as Connor had a massive slide through turn 4, just about kept it. That could have ended badly. He's fine. Continues going on. What looked to me is on the exit of turn 1 there, top notch. I think maybe the alpha of Carlin just got locked together with. There were just 2 cars locked together out of the first corner. It might have been an Alpha and a Renault, and it just slowed everybody up. And of course, the pack of cars coming through, it just all got too close to one another. Probably led to Primus's undoing, as well as Tedis with the damage as well.
Yeah, Quaker's looking at the back of Quantastrophe at the moment. DRS is open for them both on the Alpha. Alpha doesn't have it on the other Alpha, so he's going to be vulnerable next time around.
Oh, slightly wide, always on the curb. Is Grunt. There's going to be an outside move from Quaker. Still got DRS.
Quaker's gone for the switchback, but Quantastrophe blocked it nicely.
Quaker's right in the thick of it. Oh yeah, Connor's off.
Turn 5.
He was sideways. Oh, be careful. Oof. Big damage as well. He was sideways the lap before, so he wasn't confident, and he's dropped it at the very next lap. So that is going to be big damage limitation. He needs a safety car to bring himself back in, probably. He's lost at turn 4.
Yeah, probably best for him to go in, get a new wing, get some hards on, and hope for that safety car, like you said. Meanwhile, Quaker's on the move, mate. Quaker and Daniel are the men on the move at the moment. On Bodder, on a hard tyres, on the back of Vinny as well.
Quaker's got DRS on Quantastrophe. Quantastrophe doesn't have DRS this time, so Grunt's going to the middle of the road to defend. Grunt trying to control the outside line, going for the switchback. He's going to have to be around the outside for turn 2, but still cannot find the traction. Past Grunt's going to go for the lunge on the inside.
Yeah, Quantastrophe seems to have that move covered from Quaker.
Turn 4, a few slides here and there.
Vinny putting the soft tyres on, mate. Don't think he meant to do that.
Optimistic, I would think. Meanwhile, up at the front, Cuddy's got 2.5 seconds over Webber, who's got the same over Kachal, so it's starting to spread out at the front, but this midfield still right, this pack here.
Yeah, I'm watching it. Daniel, Bottler, Junior, all jostling.
Ooh. Okay, the curb. That's a difficult corner. There's a bump in that penultimate corner that you just go straight down. It really doesn't help with the braking, as Bottler's being climbed all over the back of Daniel. Daniel surely going to go for a move up into turn 1. Bottler's a sitting duck with no DRS.
Junior's going to follow him as well. It's going to be 3 in 1. Oh.
Oh, but get caught on the curb. Junior had to back out of it.
Good driving from Junior just to get out of that. Still right there though. Lion. Very good work from him.
The sound's
Stuck
gone.
behind this Renault though.
I don't know whether there's...
Dashboard it real quick, mate. That sometimes sort it out. Nice one. Meanwhile, I'll talk. Looking really good. All he's got to do is be on the straight with DRS.
Yeah, I've lost audio.
Bottler's not going to have that.
I don't know what's going on. I've lost audio. I know game volume is done. I'm trying to sort it. I'm trying to stay off the race.
For the move down. Catastrophe, and he's got a head out of one this time. There's a slight touch.
I'm going to have to restart the stream. Hang on.
Okay, mate.